So the eyes, if you guys notice, if you can zoom right on into my eyes, I'll look deep into your soul with the straight-on view. My pupils are mad dilated. Check it out. Can you get some soy stills? So my pupils, guys, I'm telling you, yesterday, by referral, I went after thinking about this. Okay. Guys, we're live, so bear with us. Can you see? You see why I get all the girls? Oh, God. I need my my mirror that I use to cut my hair with so I can see what I like. Anyways, guys, I went for a consult yesterday because I'm going to get LASIK on my old eyeballs. And I've been thinking about it for a long time. I've got astigmatism. That's my eye disorder, so I can't see well near or far. It's kind of everything doesn't really work. If it's a cloudy day and I can't wear my prescription sunglasses and I forget my regular glasses, I come home from a long day of work and, man, I'm exhausted. I have a headache from squinting. I don't even realize that I'm squinting to focus. I have friends, one in particular out there who is a film critic who knows who he is as I talk about him, who always makes fun of me because I hate wearing my glasses when I'm out in public, and if I go meet him to watch a football game, I'm always squinting, and he'll look over and he'll make fun of me. He'll go like that at me, and it's kind of funny. I mean, it hurts my feelings, but it is what it is. So I'm going to get LASIK. So you go in, and they start doing these tests. Now, first of all, when I walked in, there were 30 people in the waiting room, and I'm looking around going, wow, this is quite the cattle call. Now, this doctor has an amazing reputation. He's done work on all the best and the brightest, all, your Dallas athletic and entertainment royalty. He's got pictures of him on all the walls and signatures and letters of recommendation. And he did come highly recommended from a very good friend and also from another doctor. So I felt comfortable in that regard. When I walk in, there's 30 people there. Looking around going, wow, that's a lot of people. They got quite the operation, which as a business guy, I was like, man, that's awesome. But I also felt a little bit uneasy. And the first guy takes me back. Now, check this out. This dude who took me back, he took some serious pride in his appearance. So his hair was as long as yours in the back. It was as short as mine on the top and the sides. This was the most professional mullet I've ever witnessed.
That sounds awesome.
He was really there to work. He put me through 7 different tests, looking into my eyes, then took me in through machines. That would be a little weird. Looking in someone's eyes is a little odd, especially if you hold do you call it a gaze? Gaze is such a weird word. Is that what it is? If you're looking in their eyes and you just keep looking in their eyes, I feel like it has that Dahmer effect sometimes. Or you just kind of it's just a weird deal. So when you have people for 3 hours looking in your eyes, it's off-putting to a degree. Then he takes me to another room after he puts me through these 4 tests on 4 separate machines, puts this number on my eyeball, and then they start touching your pupil, man. And that is just a next-level sensation. They also do this thing called a tear test. So I've heard about how, and we've seen it on movies, right, where they'll clip people's eyes wide open to torture them. Let me tell you guys, this tear test, he took a piece of tape and he taped my bottom eyelid down to the top of like my cheek jaw area to see how fast it took for my tears to wash the tape away. Very, very, very uncomfortable sensation. Then he says, I'm going to dilate your eyes. I expect that. I've been to optometrists a time or two. But it's different now that I'm in my 40s because my eyes are still very, very sensitive to light. I mean, it's crazy. I left my shades in the truck when I parked, walked in. It is a crystal clear Colorado blue sky out there today in North Texas. And man, I had to take several steps with my eyes closed. They're so sensitive to light. But I am excited for LASIK. I'm actually not going to get LASIK with an I. I'm going to get LASIK with an E. Because instead of cutting a flap into your eye, which sits over there and corrects your vision, the LASIK has no flap. It takes longer to recover from, but if you're ever doing anything like an adventure sport or anything like that and you get hit in the eye and you have LASIK, it can dislodge that flap, tear that flap, or do damage to the flaps. So the LASIK is something he does for collision athletes, fighters, snowboarders, etc. I like all of those things. I want to do all of those things more. So I'm excited. I think that's going to be awesome. I'll report back on how that experience was and is. I'm trying to get it scheduled. It's got a few day downtime after the LASIK, LASEK procedure. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to never have to touch glasses again, though, man. I can't explain how much of a pain that is, but man, I had this epiphany driving home yesterday. I'm all dilated. I can see enough to drive safely, but I could not see well enough to text and drive. And that's probably good news to some people, but that bummed me out. I literally could not make out the words on my phone. And I was just driving. It was raining. It was cloudy. It was late in the afternoon. I was like, you know what, man? I am not grateful enough as a person. That's one thing that this podcast has really drilled into my brain since I've been doing this now for 2.5 years. Meeting people, hearing about their journeys, hearing about what they've gone through, the adversity they've faced, the resilience and the resolve they've forged through that adversity. I'm not grateful enough. I mean, if you have your eyesight, that alone is something to be grateful as heck for every single day. And I just said it out loud. I am so grateful to have my eyesight, to have my health, to have my mobility, to be able to walk and talk, man. And it just like hit home for me that it would just be such a different life to live it with no eyesight. And I know it probably sounds very obvious, but for some reason that just grabbed a hold of me as I was driving from Dallas County up to Collin County, and it just wrestled with me for a good 10, 15 minutes, man. I was just driving silently, not talking, working, listening to anything, just thinking about it. And it was almost akin to a psychedelic experience in that I was seeing it from this completely different perspective. Because my sight was a little bit limited, the amount of work I do reading, watching, looking, picking up on people's body language. Just think about a conversation with someone if you couldn't see their body language. I would just be, your other senses are obviously heightened, but man, I think having that attitude of gratitude is it's another one of those life hacks that sounds so obvious. You probably hear it from everyone, but I don't hear anyone saying, hey, I practice gratitude and it actually harms me. You know, I think we could all probably stand to be a little bit more grateful for the things that we have, that we take advantage of, that don't even cross our mind. That you wake up every day, wow, to take that breath is a blessing. To be able to see out of those eyeballs, that's a blessing. And that was a really weird experience. And I don't think that I think it'll stick with me for a minute. And I'm excited for LASIK, and I'll let you know how that goes.